My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My YouTubes are 5 minutes or less, so nobody gets bored, and neither do I. There's nothing worse than looking at a video that's so long and boring. So I try not to do that. So as a former agent, I like to kind of let you know the inside of IRS and tell you some tips depending on the topic. Today I'm going to talk to you about the CP14 notice and what to do if you've received the CP14 notice. So if you filed your tax returns and you didn't pay it, you're going to get the CP14. Now it's possible your payment hasn't posted yet, or it's possible you just haven't paid the tax. So that CP14 notice, if the payment hasn't posted, you just wait. You wait it out, find out whether it's ever going to post. You can pull your online transcripts up at IRS at irs.com and ask for, go on their online portal and pull your transcript up under account history. So you got irs.gov, you ask for your account transcripts, so you go into your account history and they'll tell you, you'll see your transcripts whether the payment is posted. But if you haven't paid it, that's the crowd I'm trying to, I guess, talk to today. You're going to have to think of an exit strategy, because at some point in time, IRS is going to be sending you a bunch more bills. 501, the CP 503, CP 504, and the final notice, the 1058. So if you can't pay the tax, at some point in time, IRS is going to say, do you want to make an online payment? And if you don't, you're going to have to call IRS and give them a 433F at the service center. There's a 1-800 number that you call, and they're going to want you to document that financial statement with pay stubs and bank statements and a copy of expenses. So the key thing is to think down the road and say, well, gee, how am I going to dispose of this case, and when is it going to happen? At some point in time, once you get your CP notice, the 501 notice comes 6 weeks later, the 503 notice comes 6 weeks later, the 504 notice comes 6 weeks later, and then the final notice, the 1058, comes 6 weeks after that. And if you don't follow up on that, IRS will send out a bank levy or a wage garnishment levy. So you're going to have to deal with it at some point. When you give IRS that financial statement, you're going to want to make sure that you know what the result's going to be before you call. If you don't know that, that's when you need a professional. Now, if you don't have anything, and this is a small case, just call IRS yourself at the 1-800 number. If this is a sizable debt, do not do this yourself. IRS at that other end of the phone is going to take advantage of you, and you're going to have a payment agreement you can't afford. Plus, you'll probably already commit to that. You're not going to know whether IRS is fudging it, they're bending your arm, and you're not going to want to know how truthful it is. Only a professional can go ahead and stop IRS or the process, because they know really what's going on. That's why you hire a professional. We're involved in affordable representation or consultations. Like I said, I'm an expert in this. Two things, though, you have to remember, very important with the CP14. At some point in time, IRS is going to ask you two really important questions. Are all your tax returns filed? Have you fixed the problem and you're not going to owe any more tax? IRS wants to know that you've cured your problem. Usually you do this by making an estimate payment or change your withholding. That's very critical in dealing with IRS. So once you get that CP14 notice, figure out an exit strategy. Either do it yourself or call a professional. Let that person go ahead and do representation. Let them try to put your finances back in order, deal with IRS, and get you some sort of settlement. Anyway, thank you for listening to my YouTube. Listen, there's a bell down there. If you give me a subscription, I would appreciate it. It's really for YouTube, not for me. YouTube kind of moves you up in the rankings if you get subscriptions. So if you'd like to leave me a comment, please do that. If you'd like me to make a YouTube on your suggestion, many times most of my YouTubes really come from you. Once again, I'm available for representation or just answering questions. Thank you.